Hello again, this is Thurman. I'm out here at my back apiary, one in my backyard, slightly overgrown as you can see. Got a little mowing I need to do. I'm going to quickly run through all these hives, see how they're doing. I see bees coming in. Number 2 looks good, 5 looks strong, 3's doing okay. Even the 7 way back there looks good. We'll see, we'll go through them. Now 5 is showing up. We'll see how everything's going. I think number 6 is in trouble. It's the hive in which I did the tree removal. I'm not sure they have a queen, even though I combined them with somebody else who I thought had a queen. I'm not sure if they do right now. So I might have to combine them with somebody else, which is okay by me. You know, I'd rather have healthy hives than multiple hives. Much more important. Alright, so I'm going to suit up and we'll get right into it. So we'll be back in a moment. So it's June 23rd. It's about 1:35. I'm not sure what the temperature is. I would say it's close to 80 degrees right now. So I'm normally a creature of habit, and I like to start with the first one and work my way down. But I'm going to start with number 7 here, and I'm going to work my way backwards this time. So I'm also getting ready to paint these boxes. I thought that I liked the stain, but I've noticed that with the stain the sun has started to bleach the boxes. So I'm going to paint the boxes. So next time you see them, they're probably going to be either green or yellow, just to match a lot of the other stuff that I have around here. So don't be surprised when you see new colors on the boxes. Alright, so let's go ahead and break into number 7. So the plan here is to remove any honey frames that we've got. Okay, this whole super is empty, so it can be sat down to the side. Get it out of my way. And this one's empty, so empty we've got an egg casing from something. Alright, I'm still not using smoke out here. I know I should, because these bees, they really act so much better when I use it. So let's just jump up in here, take a quick look. Looks like they're just starting to pull some comb up here. That's nice. So they're just starting to pull some comb, but they're not a lot. Let's see here. Main thing is I want to make sure that they don't have any brood up on top, and I'm going to make changes. If I see that there's a bunch of honey down below, then I'll put them up here and I'll put the brood. As you can see, there's a little bit of brood right there. So let's just set these girls down right here for right now and take a look at this, see what we've got. So we've got a lot of brood, so we can see that she's going up. Lots of babies inside there. But we need to jump down to a lower box and take a look. So I am going to pull this off and set this off to the side. Give me one moment. Alright, so I pulled it open and I've separated the frames. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at them. This is showing a mess on here. Let's see what we've got. Alright, so they're starting to pull a little bit of comb there. That's a good thing. Don't want to pull too many of these frames out. We're just going to take a look at some of them. This one. Alright, so this was one of my caught swarms. As you can see, they've got the old comb that was used in there, and that's why we've got different colorations. And I've got a split on here, which I'm not too happy about, but you know, they're using it right now. I'm not going to tear it off yet. As long as they're using it, that's okay. It doesn't interrupt too much, I'm guessing. So I'll make a determination on that later. But right now we've got a lot of brood on both sides that are getting ready to pop out. So what we're looking for is, don't really care if I find the queen, but I do want to see some fresh new babies, which I can see some babies are in there. And they're still drawing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those frames that were on the top box that had brood in them, and I'm going to bring them down below. You can see here, completely full. Well, not completely full, but there's a lot of pollen in there, and there's some new brood, capped brood I should say. So let's see here. Let's open this one up real fast. I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible since we are doing, sorry girls, as much as we can. So slide these girls up out of the way and lift. Alright. So there's some brood in here. You can see where they've kind of pulled cross comb a little bit out. Most of this is pollen though. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to move this up top. I'm going to move this one up top, and I'm going to bring that one down below. Give me a second. So I took the two frames that had brood in it from the top box, and I put it down on the bottom. I'd rather try to keep all the brood on the bottom, let them work their way up. Nice brood. You can see where the girls in the middle have already hatched out, and the ones around the side are coming. So that's showing that Queen's doing what she needs to do. Is get ready to be a major population explosion in here, and I just soon have all of them on the bottom. All right, so I'm going to close this hive up. I'm going to quickly checkerboard some of these. Take some of these empty frames that I've got and put them down here, just to make up some of the room. And I'll take some of the empty stuff that I've got and I put it up top. Okay, so I'll see you again in a little bit when we head over to number 6. So I've just opened up hive 6. We're going to take a good look in here. While it looks like they're gathering honey and all that, my main concern on these girls is to see whether they actually have a queen. Last time I looked in here, it looked like they did not. So that kind of bothered me. You can see they're pulling comb. Let's see what we got here. Okay, I see capped honey. And honey being filled on that side. That's a plus. Okay, set that back down. Take a look at this. Just an empty frame, right? They're just starting. Set those girls right there. So I think what I need to do is really is just to jump down to the bottom of the box, but we're going to take a quick look through all this. So they've got honey in here, and the reason why this is dark is, you know that almost all of my all of my bees are from swarms, and so I use old comb that I've taken from some extractions to attract them, and they take that comb and they use it. They spread it out the way they see fit, so it kind of prematurely darkens my comb, at least the new stuff, because it's already got color to it. Slide that over, take a look here, because as most of you beekeepers know, I mean, fresh comb is beautiful white, if it's never been touched, and then it starts to turn golden as honey gets into it, and turns brown as the queen lays her eggs in it and babies are born. So there's not a lot of bees up in here either. Most of these girls came from that tree that I dropped. See, I've got honey, but I've got no babes, no little babies. But I do have comb that's all ready to go. Alright, I'm going to pause you, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to hit the bottom of that. So it was just as I feared. There's no queen in here. There's nothing. And there's less and less bees, so I'm guessing for the most part they're begging their way into other boxes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine them with one of these other boxes that I've got here. The ones I've got in the front yard, they're doing really, really good on them on their own, those 4 swarms. So I don't have to touch them. So, and number 4 is empty right now. So let me take a look at these. These might combine down here with number 1. But we'll see. But they're definitely going to be combined with somebody. Maybe I'll pop them over here to number 7. That might be the best thing. Yeah. I think that might be my best bet. Yep. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to combine number 6 with number 10. I'll be back. So if you've never seen a combine before, it's a fairly simple process. What I've done is I've taken all of the empty frames out and I've put all the good frames in this box so that they have something to offer. Since this is the weak hive, I'm going to bring it over here to number 7. I think I said 10 earlier, I'm not sure. And I'm going to place it up on top of this newspaper. Okay? Eventually, the bees from the bottom and the bees from the top, they're going to work their way through this newspaper, and they're all going to become one. Now, these girls right here are going to accept this hive because it has a queen, and they desperately need a queen. These girls will eventually start to accept these girls because they're going to slowly start to pick up the pheromone that this queen is putting out and that this hive has. At first, you know, they might not be too friendly. It's one of the reasons why they eat through the paper to get at each other, but by the time they have it opened up enough, they start to see each other just as one hive. So I'll put them on here, I'll leave them for about a week, and then I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to take out a lot of the frames that don't need to be used. So we're going to get right to it. I don't know how I'm going to set this up, but I'm going to do my best. And let's see here. Let me try it like this. So I'm hoping that you can see what I'm doing from back here. So I'm just grabbing this one right here. I'm bringing it over to this. And I'm going to move all the tools that I have on here. And I'm just going to slide it right up into place. Even it out. Put there's a couple of bees that are up top in these supers. They might fight, they might not. I can't worry too much about it. I'm just going to throw them up on top real fast. And I'm going to let them do their thing. So all the bees that are left right here, oops, now all the bees that are left right here and the foragers, I don't have to worry about. I'm going to take everything off, and so yes, they're going to come back and they're going to wonder what in the world happened, you know, where did everybody go? But eventually they're going to beg their way into another hive. So I'm going to set this just right here. I'm going to let them work their way up. Hopefully by nightfall they would integrate with that one. The reason why I'm putting this here and not just dumping them in front is because the smell from this colony is on this wood already, and I want them to kind of work together. I'm going to leave this open right here. All these bees that are flying around, since they don't have a box to come back to, what they'll do is that they'll beg their way into other colonies. Alright, time to get to number 5. Alright, as you can see here, number 5 looks like it's honey bound. So I'm happy about that. So we're going to pull some of these frames out, and I'm going to stick them over here, kind of hide them from the bees a little bit, and we're going to replace them with some new stuff, and then I'll take whatever is really full inside the house, and we'll start extracting that, and I'll show that too. I've been doing some extracting lately. Not too much, you know, just enough. The ones that look like desperately need it, the ones that look like they're honey bound. One of my hives up front definitely had 10 of them. Looked just like this one when I opened it up. 3 of them were completely full, and I got 16 pounds worth of honey out of that. Filled up 8 2-pound bottles. So we'll see. Maybe I'll be doing some more extracting today. It'd be nicer if I could do it all at one time, because it is kind of a labor-intensive activity. You have to get everything ready for it. So, as you can see, these girls, they like to pull the honey all the way over to the other frame. So it's like, so I have to cut all of that off so that it makes it level, so that they just try to fill it back in and cap it right there, and it allows them to draw out comb on these smaller ones. So I've slid all that to the side. So let me see if I can pull this up. Give me a moment. There you go. Now how beautiful is that? Pure white cappings. The bottom of it is almost ready to cap. They're completely full. They're fanning. Let me turn it around. You see the other side. Not completely. Not done as much, but getting close. Alright, so let's set this off to the side and see how some of the others are doing. Where am I going to put you? Slide you right in between these two. Lean you right there, and then I'll get the bees off of it. Alright. So what we're looking for is we're looking for capped honey on both sides, just to make the process easier. Alright, look at that. It's heavy too, and the thing is though, I mean, yeah, it's ready to go, but you can see that it's not completely full. But I'm going to take it anyway. So I'm going to set this down. I'm going to brush these bees off. I wish I had a way of holding this. Brush these bees off. There we go. So what do I do with my brush? There's my brush. Alright, so we're going to brush all these girls off. I don't know how well you guys can see this right now, but I'm brushing the girls off up here, which they're not too happy about. But I brush them all off. Brushy, brushy, brushy. Now that I've brushed them off, I'm going to pop them over in this box, and I'm popping a lid on them. Alright. So I popped them over in that box. I popped them over in this box right now, and I put a lid on it to try to help keep the bees away. So see, now they're in attack mode. They're not too happy. They realize that somebody is really starting to mess with them and not just taking a look at them. Now I see brood on the bottom of this one. Let's take a quick look. Pop it out. Come on. Oh, it's stuck. Alright. So there's brood on this, which I don't like, because it is majorly full of honey, which means that I'm going to have to put it back. Yep, it's on both sides too. I was hoping I wasn't going to deal with that, but it looks like it's time. The one right next to it, looks like most of the brood has come out of that one, and they're starting to fill it back in. So again, I got to take the ones with brood, and I have to put them down to the bottom. I showed you that in an earlier video. You take all the honey. See here? Look at all that honey. Beautiful, beautiful honey. You know, this is one that I'd want to take, but I'm not going to, because it still has some brood on it, and the brood need to be taken out. So let's check the next one. Hopefully there's no brood on it. Nice and heavy, full of honey, full of honey. So this one's going with me. There's no brood. So this one's going in the box, so I'm going to sweep it off. Well, they don't like it when I brush them off, but most of those are house bees, so it doesn't matter.